for a little later. Let's get into the Ubisoft news. All right, because we got a couple of announcements for Ubisoft. Okay, so number one, Ubisoft has announced that Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is officially a thing. This is a video game that every single one of us have known about for like ages. By the way, we've all known that it's existed for the longest time. But regardless, here we are, right? So Assassin's Creed Black Flag is officially announced, and it's one of those things where I don't know if anybody that's actually excited about this, considering that, you know, the idea of a remake from Ubisoft, I don't really think excites many people. Because apparently it's a full-on remake. It is not a remaster. So you already know where that's going to go. But anyway, here's some details, right? So Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced details. The reveal is set for April 23rd at 12:15. It's current generation only. It is a full remake, not a remaster of the game. You can now have a pet on your ship, which is a cat or a monkey. Improved underwater exploration. Tons of new content and story additions. New officers, crewmates, quests, chapters like Maroon and Kenway's backstory. Built on the latest Assassin's Creed engine. You know, the one that made all those glorious cutscenes that are in Assassin's Creed Shadows that are totally not fucked up and wonky in any way. Yeah, it's on that engine. And apparently it is not subsidized and will likely be a full-priced release. So they want to get your full money for this game. Any way they possibly can. All right, here's the first images for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Now, listen, I like Black Flag, okay? I really do. And it's so ironic because I was actually talking about Black Flag in my video that I filmed today that'll be coming out tomorrow. I made a video coming out tomorrow on the main channel talking about Windrose and the entire like history of Windrose, the success of Windrose, and basically just felting Skull and Bones from Ubisoft, because why not? Like, we could just have fun doing that. So that video is going to release tomorrow. But I mentioned Black Flag because unironically, Windrose was actually inspired heavily by Black Flag. The developers even admitted that, right? The people behind Windrose actually said that Black Flag, they consider that to be the greatest pirate game of all time in their own opinion, right? So obviously they consider it, you know, high up, you know, in the I guess the echelon of pirate games. But at the end of the day, the ironic thing about all that is that they then made a game that came out and did better than all these other games that Ubisoft has. So I don't know, man. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, it's one of those games where it still stands the test of time. If you play the original Black Flag, you're still going to have a great time. It still looks good, right? Graphically, it still plays well. Black Flag, for me, was probably one of the last few decent Assassin's Creed games, and then it kind of fell off after that. But regardless, I'm not really that excited for the resynced version, right? Because, again, it's not a remaster, it's a remake. So that tells me if they added stuff, they probably took stuff out as well. What that stuff is, who really knows? They probably changed things as well. What they changed, who really knows? But we will see from there. Now, we have some other insights about Ubisoft that is currently happening. So let's bring it up right now from the same source, right? So some insights at Ubisoft from Tom Henderson. Apparently, the new Far Cry game is going through development hell. Is anybody truly surprised? I mean, how many, you know, listen, can we have a conversation? Can we sit down and have a conversation, a real conversation? Why is it that Ubisoft has so many video games that go through development hell? Obviously, that's a rhetorical question, but I'm just asking the question regardless. Why the fuck do they have so many games that go through development hell? They got Splinter Cell going through hell, Far Cry going through hell, Skull and Bones went through hell, and Assassin's Creed Shadows had to get delayed a couple of times. What the fuck is going on? You guys have, you know what the problem is? They have way too many people putting their hands in the pot. I really believe that. Ubisoft has way too many people putting their hands in the pot. They have terrible management whoever is managing the teams over at Ubisoft are awful. They're awful. They're fucking garbage, literally. Because it doesn't matter. Oh, I forgot. How can I forget? Beyond Good and Evil 2. You guys currently have the record for the game that's the longest in development hell ever. You guys beat out Duke Nukem. So how is it that you guys continue to have all these games in development hell? I just don't understand. I don't understand. I think it's pretty clear that they have a massive amount of mismanagement. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They either that or they just don't care. They're trying to ride it out for as long as possible. Who really knows at the end of the day? But yes, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is on 19 years of development. Yes, Sam Fisher. It's almost 20 years of development. But anyway, regardless. So the Rayman remake apparently is the only game that's going well. Splinter Cell remake is being delayed until 2027. And the next big title by Ubisoft after Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is apparently going to be a Ghost Recon video game. Now, I'll say this. Ghost Recon, some of the games, especially some of the earlier ones, I actually really liked. However, some of the older ones, like what's the one that came out? I'm trying to think. Was it? Let me check my Steam really quick. Was it? Let me see. Ghost Recon. Was it Wildlands? Badlands? Was that the most recent? Was that the recent one? Badlands, Wildlands, something like that. Wildlands, right? Oh, Wildlands. Okay, it was Wildlands. Yeah, that one I really wasn't that too big into. I did like the open world aspect of it, but overall it just felt so Ubisoft formulaic. I was not into it. Was that the one that came out recently, or was there one that came out after that? I think there was one that came out after that I didn't even bother with because I didn't even like Wildlands like that. Rumble's telling me Breakpoint is the latest one. Yeah, so I didn't even bother with Breakpoint. I played Wildlands and I was so uninspired by it. I was like, this is kind of boring. I didn't even bother getting Breakpoint. I just skipped out on that entirely. So my problem with Ghost Recon is that while I like the IP, I like the idea of Ghost Recon. Obviously, I like the stories that are capable or possible with Ghost Recon, the setting and everything like that. I like that. My issue is that those games are just played with typical Ubisoft open world formulaic garbage that it makes it just so boring. You know, it makes it boring. Like Wildlands had its moments where it was fun, especially when you would take control of the chopper and like it was pretty cool. But there was other parts where I'm like, dude, this is so fucking boring. It's like, what am I doing? I feel like I'm playing what's the word? I feel like I'm playing the fuck is the Watch Dogs. Like it's the same shit. It's the same shit. Watch Dogs, the same open world, formulaic, same exact thing. It's just Watch Dogs, but with Ghost Recon as a skin. But I mean, hey, whatever. Anyway, at the end of the day, it's not like the worst IP. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Ghost Recon is the worst. So if they come out with a Ghost Recon that is actually good and interesting, I would definitely check it out. But as of right now, I really wasn't that interested in Wildlands when I played it, and I didn't even bother with Breakpoint. So I feel like I'm not really missing out on too much. There's so many other games that I could be playing that are similar. I really don't care. But hey, maybe they come out with something good. I don't know. I just highly doubt it, though. Wildlands is best in co-op, makes it a mediocre experience for. See, the funny thing is I played it co-op. Kevy Osiris, I actually played Wildlands co-op. I remember because I had a friend who was like, hey, get in the chopper. And then I got in the chopper and he crashed in the fucking ground. And then we laughed for like 5 minutes straight because he drove like a woman or he flew like a woman. Regardless, while that was funny, I can't help but shake the whole open world aspect of it and the way that it was designed. You know what I mean? So whatever. Anyway, so I don't know, man. Rayman remake, like, yeah, I guess, whatever. Far Cry, who the fuck cares about Far Cry anymore? After the first 3, who cares about any of the other ones? You know what I mean? Maybe 4 was okay, but like 5, I don't know, man. Far Cry, that's another problem. Far Cry literally became super formulaic to the point where it's just, it's mind-numbing. It's like, I feel like every single one is the same, you know? But anyway, it doesn't matter. So these are the recent leaks and news regarding Ubisoft. We'll see if they can go through any of it. Now, keep in mind, guys, a lot of these IPs like Far Cry, and Ghost Recon, these video games are going to come from the brand new studio that they made, Vantage Studios or whatever the hell they're called, with Tencent. This is going to be coming from the new studio. This is not going to be coming from Ubisoft themselves. Rayman might be coming from Ubisoft themselves because they still own that IP completely. But the other major IP, Splinter Cell, also might be coming from Ubisoft. But the other IPs are going to be coming from Vantage Studios. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But this will be their first foray, and also this is going to be their first time where they have 3 major studios all making major video games at the same time, which is probably why you're going to have all these games come out at the same time, or like close to the same time, like 2027, 2028. You're going to see all these Ubisoft games dropping, and they're going to hope for the best. But, you know, considering Ubisoft's latest endeavors, I don't really hope for the best when it comes to them. So we'll see how that goes. All right.